I'm Brad Leavitt with AFT Construction. We're here at the Liberty Estate, and one of the questions was, why is part of the porte-cochere in ICF, right? Especially if it's not attached to the house itself. And we're gonna have this overhang. We don't have living area up above us. You know, this is gonna be a decorative element to the build. And what this is for, just as I speak of the purpose before we speak about the architectural and structural component of it, this is our driveway. So as you're coming in, we have this private drive coming into the property. Right here, we're gonna have doors here. It's great access from the Dutch door that'll be here going to the kitchen and butler's pantry. So as we're taking out waste and trash, we can come right out here, put in the trash and recycle bins. One thing that's ideal is, again, not having those bins exposed, you know, somewhere in the side yard or in the garage, or, you know, that smell can carry. We have a dedicated closet here for storage, as well as those bins that now can be easily rolled out to the street. So huge benefit as far as functionality. And again, the porte-cochere will give an element to that elevation, right? As we're looking at design, when you're working in a community such as this one here in Somerset, the HOA is very, you know, it's very important how the look is to the, you know, curb appeal of these homes. Again, they don't want to see a garage door, you know, so that has to be tucked to the side, and we could, you know, so as far as the architecture goes, it adds a great element to the design of this house. Now, from a structural component, a lot of people say, why go through the expense of ICF? Now, again, there is a small cost, right, as you know, from ICF and concrete as opposed to wood frame, but the structural component, keep in mind that this whole unit is going to be tied together. We do have this large span here, and so as we looked at this, to be able to tie wood framing into the house, on this on this area, in this portion of the home, there were a lot of tie-ins, you know, structurally that would create some challenges. And again, here we have a lot of wind shear. We have monsoons in Phoenix, and so because of that, these windstorms, you know, we want something that's going to stand the test of time. Part of the decision we made is this is a minor expense in comparison to the structural integrity of the build. So by doing it in ICF, as you see here, you're creating this continual structural element connected to the home. And now as we bring in the structural steel and we start building the second floor area, everything's tied in so that we don't have any issues with shear, separation. And one thing I'll speak about is the waterproofing. Something that's really important to us is that WRB, right? The weather resistance barrier. We're working with Partel on this, and so all the ICF is going to be wrapped. We're going to do a wrap around this entire build. And so now it's going to help us up top as we do that wrap. There's going to be less penetration, so less areas for water and mold and issues, because one of the biggest things that we're looking for as a builder is the water element. So again, this creates a structural moment. So it's connected to the home and just creates everything unified, you know, as we're going through on this first phase, this first pour, go to steel, and then we pour the second phase. Now it falls to the next video because we've already poured these walls. This was 2 weeks ago. We've let it cure for 2 weeks, which was recommended by the structural engineer and through ICF specialists. Now we're going to take you out front because all the steel's coming. So now it's phase two as we have the steel being delivered.